Russia says it would consider granting asylum to NSA whistleblower Edward Snowden. That's according to Vladimir Putin's spokesman, Dmitry Peskov. After revealing his identity to the public, Snowden said that he had sought refuge in Hong Kong and was hoping, quote, to seek asylum in a country with shared values. Now, Zach, Russia, not really a country with shared values, but there is a history of wanting to perhaps extend an olive branch to critics of the United States.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure whether Ed Snowden really wants asylum in Russia. That the type of asylum that Vladimir Putin could offer could be a lot more rigorous than the type of asylum he's probably looking for. But the fact that he would even maybe consider this shows that the American government has been really, really aggressive against these leaks. And the type of leak that just came out, it's not at all obvious that anything involving national security has been compromised with this. The American people are now aware of something their government was doing that they were not aware of before. Why should this guy end up having to run and flee to Russia, where who knows what could happen to him?
Well, no, that's a great point. And, the AP came out today saying that we should not, or we should refrain from calling him a whistleblower for that very reason, that there's no proof or evidence, really, that he leaked anything that shows the U.S. government was doing something illegal. And obviously the investigation is going to continue on the Obama administration's part. But when we talk about Russia, when we talk about Hong Kong, I understand that there's a provision in the law that could grant him asylum, even with the treaty between the two, in terms of the United States and Hong Kong. At the end of the day, China runs. Yeah. Well, it doesn't run, I guess.
It's a complicated relationship.
Yeah, exactly. So what do you make of this? I mean, Russia, China, on the face of it, it doesn't sound good. They are arguably the U.S.'s enemies.
I think the political relationship between China and Hong Kong is a little more complicated than some people have been portraying. I think there is a really robust culture of free speech. The Hong Kong government, the people of Hong Kong, are not particularly on board with most of the tactics that the mainland Beijing government uses, and they have a lot of freedom. They have much more civil liberties than people in mainland China have. So that would be a really complicated thing. But you just don't want, if you're the administration and people are running from you, you don't want them running to China and Russia. And I think that means we need to have a more rational approach to how we deal with these sort of things. If this is a leak that needs to be prosecuted, which it's not at all clear to me it needs to be,
right.
The penalties shouldn't be so severe. We shouldn't be talking about someone being, people on Fox News are talking about him getting the death penalty.
Right,
for this.
right.
I mean, this is, I think, a little bit ridiculous. You don't want to push people into the hands of foreign governments that don't have America's interests at heart.